Cat's around.
Hello and welcome! Bonjour, mes amis!
No habla español.
You really should. Great language.
C'est le programme de la vilaine! Je suis si fort! Avec mes autres... I can't do it. I tried to do it in French. Hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show and podcast, but it's Two Shot Friday!
The shot's
Yes?
nice, we do it twice.
Hello everybody. I am in a full house. If I was the Brady Bunch, I'd be the guy right now who goes,
Oh, I could leave. Does that help?
Yeah, do it. Please.
Happens
no one
once
above
or twice.
anyway, if you're here, god damn it. God damn it. If you're here for Two Shot Fridays. And intros aside, when he gets back with the greasy boy,
And then that's
Saniac,
it, to welcome him back.
elusive gentleman, Jan the Shield Maiden, and his illustrious matriarch, Captain. I don't know what to say anymore. Sarah Vike, Captain Vike.
There you go.
That's the best name we've thought of.
No.
I like that.
No.
Captain Vike.
Salute you, Captain.
No.
Anywho,
No.
today is a good one because where normally I am the player, today is one of the few ones where I am instead the DM.
One of the
You're never a player, though.
If you've been
Never
listening
the DM.
chronically on YouTube and or the podcast, you know we've pretty recently ended our major campaign, and so the two shots for the next foreseeable future are going to be the aftermaths of what happened to our characters in the after. And last two shots we did Greasy Boy's aftermath with his all encompassing deity god, which was really fun. That was a really fun one. But this week is like I said, is mine. And if you're
This
listening
week
to
is depression.
if you listen to the podcast, I gave a taste of what it would be, but
it sounded like that at one point.
before we get into the characters, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with what I sent them, because literally after our D&D session from our new campaign, about like 2 or 3 in the morning, I had finally finished up the write-up for the beginning of this two-shot, because I've taken a lot of care into thinking about how my character would move forward after a year. And so I was talking to this gentleman earlier, who is our main DM. And I was saying to him that when I first started playing with him before everyone else joined, and it was just me and Saniac and the one that shall not be named, I had a vision. I had a vision for how the campaign would end, or at least how my character would end up. And I realized I had been hoping that my DM would eventually get me there, but then I realized that no, that future was always for me to describe. And
I
so
forgot about that vision.
we're going to start by giving you that description, but not from my character's point of view, not from mine. From an old bugbear woman, taller than most, stands and looks all of you with a sullen but stern face. You know her to be a druid of the plain, still wearing markings of fire and her now eradicated tribe. It was said they used to live in a great volcano protected by her magic, but those times have long passed. She steps forward, regarding the heroes' faces with some small sense of inner dignity. Her eyes give away deep sadness she keeps locked inside. If it wasn't for her stone expression, one might mistake her for the verge of tears. Her voice is as cold as the very air. A year has passed. The countryside burns. Everything from civilians to wildlife and nature itself is perverse and twisted. Seas and oceans roil and turn in odd angles, rising up in impossible ways and floating in weird currents. Mountains, plains pulse and writhe, while vegetation has grown gnarled and dark complexions with blood-red sap. Towns and cities rise like dark citadels with constant streams of billowing smoke from ever-burning pyres, while civilians sing praises to a god they call the Mother. Broken, renamed, and reinvented by the unholy arbiter of this chaos, almost reaches each piece of life has been engulfed in this madness. A year ago he came, the avatar of this perpetual horror. Never seen except by his most trusted retinue. Little is known about this tyrant. Shrewd, cold, calculating. He had brought with him a slave, the Bitmaker, a gnome whose monstrous machinations of war ripped apart what lowly defense our nations could muster. But how does one fight an idea? As it spread his vile words, far and wide, more and more the populace would convert. Then, before his army even set foot on opposing lands, riots and revolutions would break out in the Mother's and his wretched name. I have faced this horror before. I've seen the very face of this evil. It will not reason with you. It will not let you live peacefully, and will do everything it can to break your will and convert you to its dark purpose. Its name is as natural as the very magic it wields. Yawgmoth Maurice, bringer of horrors. We are all that is left. Us 7 servants of nature, and you heroes. Where we stand is our only and final victory. This door, seemingly normal green door, is the key to the multiverse. His goal is to claim this door and push his evil out and expand across all that is. We cannot allow this. We have a ritual that will destroy this gate and lock him forever with us here on this world. But once we start, the magic will be so intense, he will know. And he will stend everything. The land, the animals, and then the people, everything at us. We do not expect to live. Neither should you, my friends. But if you can buy us enough time, we will have the last laugh as we lock him and this hell away for all eternity. Yay. So I sent that to everyone about 6 days ago.
I never read it.
Good. Then that's your first time hearing it.
Yeah.
Same.
And the only other thing I told them was 3 days before this moment, they all arrived, knowing somewhat of the location for this door. This gate randomly appears across the plane at different intervals, and it just so happens to appear in this area. After 3 days of waiting, it finally appeared, giving the heroes, the 5 players, 3 days to prepare. They are varying levels and stuffs, and I will let them introduce themselves here in a second. The last thing I guess I'll show everyone, so everyone sees this, is it's going to be horribly drawn, but hopefully it works. So in the center there, that's the door in the Druid Circle.
Is there any environmental anything around us?
No, it's just in the middle of there's a small forest off to the east, but it's just a small wooded area. It's not even thick. One of those small little things that you can see
cut
through.
it down.
We
We should cut it down and use it to build a fort.
I'm down with that. I also have walls of stone. I was going to
Hold on. Before everyone starts running around
No.
doing anything, why don't you introduce yourselves?
No, we're gonna run around doing things.
so-
And we'll introduce ourselves later.
As you guys show up, you meet a retinue of 7 druids. All of them look war-torn or scarred in some ways. All of them from different tribes. You can tell by their markings and the different clothings they wear. The leader of them seems to be a larger bugbear who I described earlier, a female. Her clothes, although tattered, she always seems to have her left arm covering her stomach. Whenever you get glimpses under the rags, you don't see a body there. All you see is writhing, and she always seems she's in pain. When she eats slowly. And although she swears she's okay, it looks like she's constantly in pain, as if she's fighting an infection.
She's been corrupted. We need to kill her.
She would look at you and say, no, I was corrupted. She would show you, showing open her cloak. You would see that what it is it's not that it's tentacles or anything. It's literally like the entire front of her stomach. The skin was ripped off. And what's moving is her guts as she's holding them in. She would tell you it was one of the payments she had to pay to get close enough for the information she has. And she would cover it up. But if you still don't trust her, that's up to
I
you.
was gonna say, has she done anything to heal it?
She can't heal it.
And I'd imagining she's about the same kind of power, so
Mm-hmm.
try to push that.
The Oracle was a CR-17, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I have her as here.
She was a dragon, right?
No, she was never a dragon.
No, she wasn't. She's not.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
Ah,
she was never a dragon.
She's like a
She
level,
was.
but I have her as a level
No,
17.
they were legitimately sitting on a red dragon,
Yeah.
sealed
yeah,
away under the volcano.
That's what I figured. That's how I. But she is a level 17 druid, though, right?
She wasn't originally, but I mean,
That's what I have
time,
her
a
as.
lot of time has passed.
All right, I'll give her a bit more, but yeah, no, she can't. You can't heal that.
No, she wasn't even. She was like
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't.
9.
Okay, we'll give. I have her at
Yeah,
level
she was only
17.
level 9, but you guys at that time were level 6. Remember, right?
I have her as level 17. So
Like, yeah, it's been lots of time.
Yeah.
You
So
guys
she-
went from level 6 to
Yeah.
whatever you guys were at.
So
Right?
she's level 17, and so she is pretty powerful. But she tells you you can't heal what's happened to her.
Yeah, I understand.
It's like permanent damage.
Yeah,
Like that permanent ability, right?
Mhm.
yeah,
I can't greater restorate that.
yeah. That's
She's still at full health like she would be, but she's slow. She says she feels pains, like she slowly takes a little bit of damage over time. For some reason, no matter what, the skin won't ever come back. And she's completely healthy, but you can see all her organs from her stomach. She just
Gross.
can't.
Does it look like necrosis has set in or no?
No. And it doesn't even look like the blood vessels have closed. They look still open. It just looks like there's just no skin there.
I'm a master healer, and that shit I kind of understand. There are certain things you pay to certain entities that you don't ever get back.
Mm-hmm.
That's an understanding. Yeah.
So why doesn't everyone introduce their characters to the Oracle now that she's introduced herself to you? Let's start with the Paladin who asked about Greater Restoration.
All right. So I guess technically the camera kind of pans over, and this paladin's pointing at her internal organs and kind of rubbing his now white beard, white long beard, white, long hair, obviously a bit older, and like slightly ice blue eyes, wearing purple plate mail. And upon the one hand, he wears two like very extravagant looking expensive rings. One has a signet on it, in the shape of like a lion's head crest. And then strapped to his back is a large tower shield, which has several celestial symbols etched upon the face of it.
Nice.
And then hanging at his side is a gleaming ethereal longsword that kind of flickers in and out of existence. Nordrin Fjalmor is a paladin who's in seek of glory. In this case, maybe even in its death.
And with
Right,
that,
one
she'd
final
look,
hurrah.
she'd look at you and say, "There'll be plenty of glory to be found," as she puts her hand on your shoulder, and she gives you a minor blessing that gives you plus 50 temporary health points. Let's move above. What does she see standing beside the paladin? Yawn.
Bugbear in
A fellow
heavy-
bugbear.
Yes. In heavy armor, holding with the crest on it that shows him to be a worshiper of dwarven god of metalworking. Starts with an M.
Morden.
Morden.
The Allhammer.
Yes. He's carrying a massive halberd, and he introduces himself very curtly as Ronaldo.
It's nice to see one of my kind have still made it. She touches your shoulder. Because you're a fighter, she gives you plus 5 damage.
Just constant, I bet, plus 5
Yeah,
damage.
just a plus 5 to you add. So whatever you have for pluses, you add that 5 to damage.
And that's all damage?
All his damage, yes.
Cool.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
As you guys kind of rear back at that, she would look at you, and she looks at you, Jeremy, and says, every time you're out of combat for 60 seconds, that 50 temporary health points will come back. These are...
For a minute. It's 10 rounds, eh?
Yep.
I can Goku this fight, people.
Yep. These are the as she's turning to the middle, she would say, "The gods have fled this plane, and for good reason. But in me, they have given me enough power, at least to bestow at least one thing to all of you." Who does she see in the middle? And hello, Valexion. Welcome to the Two Shot. Andrew and Zaniac.
Yeah. So
Middle child.
you'd see a similar garbed styled druid in like natural like hemp and wood kind of like crafted like clothes and adornment that resemble a druid nature. But this Amethyst Dragonborn that has like a house, a couple of spears on the back. Doesn't seem to be too much otherwise. Walks forward and his name is Veneris. He's got this fancy, very well engraved belt on his strap and chest. Well, on around his waist. And yeah, he's ready to kind of deal with. I didn't really set up a person stuff, so he's just.
Did you send me your stats?
Yeah, I did send you my. I didn't send you my full setup, but I sent you my my base card. Do you want to like all my equipment and everything?
I just need to know what you are.
I'm a Dragonborn, an Amethyst Dragonborn.
Fighter, cleric.
Druid. I told you.
That's right, Druid. Yeah, that's right. I have a special one for you. Ha.
I'm a moon druid. I have a on my robes would have symbols that would describe like whatever, so the moon, things like that. And I think he would come forward. He would come forward, being like, "Can't wait to take revenge on that horrible husband has taken my friends and my family." Poor Dragonborn, fallen and lost.
As she touches your shoulder, you feel yourself with a power. Once per round, you may take a reaction to absorb 50% of damage that's being done to any of your party.
So absorb as an I take it, or as
you get, so if the damage is 100, you take 50 and that person takes 50, but if you're resistant to it, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a free reaction, or just use it as a reaction?
The gods have fled for good reason. Pretty much. Merman.
Is it a once per turn reaction, like a free round, or like I can use it as
once per round reaction?
Okay. I see.
Distance is 120 feet.
Great. And I think walking into this space, I don't know what kind of weird hut is she? If she's just standing in front of the door.
She's just standing in front of the door.
Like, I think we'll set up. I can help set up a bit of.
What if we burn the door down?
I would
try.
look around and say, I think I can help build up better settlements, and I put up a few walls of stone to kind of like. I set up a dome to kind of like. I'm gonna dome the.
As you try to dome it, there's a hole right above the door.
Oh, I wasn't gonna dome the whole door.
Okay.
I was gonna dome. I was gonna do half of it.
Okay.
So part of it. So the door is kind of facing one direction, which is away from the forest. So the back end is towards where the forest would be.
Yep. Got it. Perfect.
And then so that way the other side is fully exposed. You can just walk up to it. It's just so that way it's a bit of cover in a sense.
Moving on. Okay. Anything else? While you do that, let's move on to Greasy Boy.
Next to this Amethyst Dragonborn, you see two more Amethyst Dragonborn. One of them is clearly more realistic than the other, as the other one is made out of snow and ice. He introduces himself as Cal. He is a level 20 wizard, invocation wizard. And this is a simulacrum. Purple robes adorn both of them. And yeah.
For the vengeance of the Dragonborn.
You will do well. As she puts her hand on your shoulder, you gain one of every spell slot.
Oh.
In other words, your spell slots double. So if you have 10 spell slots of varying levels, you now have 20. As if you copied them. Get it? You have a simulacrum, you copied yourself. You now have a copy of all your spell slots.
Oh.
Significantly more than one of each one.
And the simulacrum only has half your spell slots, if I remember correctly.
It has half your hit points. It's other than that, it's an exact copy.
Yeah, it has your spell
So it would
slot.
have
Yep.
minus 1 level 7 spell slot
Except for
because
the
you
one
created.
spot. Yeah.
So you have double your spell
Yeah.
slots.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that is correct.
So you could always make another one.
Damn. Yeah, you can make another one and you'd have more spell slots than the first.
Yeah.
We got 3 days, so
And do these come back on a long rest? Or...
No, they're
Ah,
temporary until you use
They're
them.
burned.
They last forever until you use them.
okay.
Whether you want to use them as last resorts or use them first, that's up to you. And then she would turn to the last one.
Hello, my name is Ben. I am a monk, a half-elf monk. I have short, dark hair that's very messy. It's all tousled as if I slept and then woke up with bedhead and didn't do anything about it. I am wearing very loose-fitting clothes. They're very simple and brown and kind of boring. I have a staff strapped to my back and some really cool gloves on my hands, and that's about it. I don't seem to have a whole lot more on me.
You do have some cool gloves on you.
I do.
And Ben, if I may ask, what is it you're good at?
I'm very good at hitting people. Mostly with my fists.
She touches your shoulder and doubles your key points.
Oh,
I figured,
Nice. So 32 key points.
figured you'd like
Yeah.
that. Figured you'd like that.
I do like that.
As she says that, you see this kind of celestial power just kind of fade from her. She says, now I must use the rest with my gathered group here, and when you are ready, we will start the ritual.
and I'll look to you guys and say, so we should set up a bit of a strategic defense, right? What do you guys think?
I think we should
Any
build a
more-
wooden wall with these trees over there, and then ring that in stone on both sides.
I feel like we should leave the
The
forge
door
there for
disappears in
some-
24 hours, so you don't have all day.
Yeah, well, that's rare.
I thought you said we
Literally
had
have
3
all
days.
day.
Oh, we had
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah.
No, you have 3 days beforehand, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah. I would have spent those 3 days
Okay.
building the wall.
Setting up.
The other thing is each night we've been eating hero feasts too.
Mhm.
So you should do those buffs on yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
I also would have cast.
What does it do?
Here, I'll just read it to you. It's a 6th level
Sure.
spell. Hero's Feast is
I'll-
badass buffs ever. So you bring forth a great feast, including magnificent food and drink. The feast takes 1 hour to consume and disappears at the end of the time. The beneficial effects don't set in until the hour is over, and up to 12 creatures can partake. This lasts for 24 hours. A creature that partakes of the feast gains several benefits. The creature is cured of all diseases and poison, becomes immune to poison and fear. All wisdom saves are made with advantage, and your hit point maximum is increased by 2d10, as well as your hit points.
Sweet.
Just give me 2 seconds here.
Day
Oh, my
of
die. 2d10.
Alright, spend the 3 days leading up to it setting up glyphs of warding
Mm-hmm.
See if we can set up. I'll set up whips of
all over.
like the around where I set up some balls, so that way we can funnel them into some of these.
Everybody gets 11 extra health on top of like your maximum goes up by that too.
Also, who are the three squishiest looking people? Probably the.
I have 251 health points. So.
I'm
Oh my.
175 with my bonus with my temp.
I'm 179 with my temp.
I'm
Alright.
122.
I'm going to give the monk. I'm going to give everyone but me and Elusive. I'm going to cast Aid on you, giving you 5. Another 5 max hit points.
Nice.
Cool.
Actually, sorry. I'm going to cast at a 3rd level, give you another 10.
Ooh, 10 is nice.
Even better.
Just realized I'm gonna drive myself nuts.
That seems likely. You seem to do that on a regular basis, anyways.
With all the different things I'll be controlling. This is gonna be fun.
You can place the glyphs on your map as well, John, or SC4.
How many glyphs are you setting up? Because I'm drawing out a bit of a weird, like, thing with some of the walls that I'm setting up. So I can just draw something like this on it.
Over the 2 days, I would use, over 2 days, I would make. Trying to find the sheet. I would make 8 6th level, 3 7th level, 4 8th level, and 4 9th level, using both these, like one spell slot from the
8 3 4 4. I'm just
8 3 4 4,
Yeah, okay. I'm just wondering number wise. I'm not keeping track.
and that is using one of my spell slots and the simulacrum spell slots, and then resummoning it that night.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Just so all our audience knows, rules of the fight, because I did tell the party. The ritual will take 1 hour. After a certain amount of time, the waves will start. Every 2 turns. So at the start of the 3rd turn, a new wave will start, whether they finish the first wave or not.
So I'm I'll send a picture of it. It's the walls of stone I'm gonna set up are gonna be like this half of the one half of the door that's closer towards the forest is blocked off, and then there's gonna be like a bit of a cone opening on both corners to like leave like I'd say like a 85-degree cone with like walls that go straight up and that go 10 feet, and then walls that go on a slant, so that way we can climb up the walls going to the outside.
I'll have to try and write this down in a way that I can visualize.
Ben has absolutely nothing to prep ahead of time, but will help people with whatever he can.
Alright, so you build walls that come up behind the door.
Yeah, there's a domed off wall that goes like that
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah.
covers one half of the corner, and then from that corner pretty much to like on a 45-degree angle out from that straight like dome, there's gonna be walls that go out on an angle. Go 10. I think it's 10 feet for the wall stone. Is the max.
But you're only covering half the
That's
door
like-
though?
Yeah, I'm trying to make a funnel.
In
I'm
between,
not-
I understand.
In between those, I'm going to put angled stakes dug into the ground. It doesn't do much, but it slows people down.
You should put it on the front side of the stone area.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys point and I'll just work worse. It's kind of what my guy does anyway.
Actually, 10 by 10 for 6 inches is probably the better way to go.
Yeah, I know it's 10 by 10. I'm just drawing it.
Well, yeah, I
generally.
could do 10 by 20 with 3 inches thick as well.
All right. Anything else? And then your glyphs of warding.
There was also going to be another dome facing partway through that conclave, like kind of like half of a fountain, but it's only going to be 3 feet tall, so people can kind of crouch behind it and use it as cover.
Okay.
And then you can still see behind it. And then I'll probably set up like a small, like, I don't know, a smaller kind of straight one in front of the door area so people can kind of hide behind as well. Like another 3-foot one that's 10 by 10. Or 10 by 3, sorry. Yeah, so there'll be one that's a bit closer to the door, and then there'll be a curved one facing the outside direction, kind of similar to the way the dome.
Curved one, straight one, and then the 3 walls.
And then spiked wall, and then spikes.
So the curved one would be kind of oriented where the straight one was, but a little more further out. The straight one would be like right by the door.
Okay. I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying.
So-
I got what you're saying. Okay.
And then
It
wooden
can't be.
spikes everywhere.
It can't be. They need to circle the door.
They do? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's enough so that way they can cover them while they're circled,
Yeah.
essentially.
That's why I have it on the outside of that person.
Okay, and then I'll have the conclave one that'll be more covered will be just a little further out from
And then
that.
there's spikes in front of some of the walls. And then you have your glyphs of wardings. I'm not going to draw those in. All right. Anything else?
I actually want to check something else.
Anything else?
There might be one.
Got nothing.
I'm not sure how long. If this is permanently
So the whole time you guys work, the 2 things you notice are when you stand really close to me, good things happen. And these are just always on. I have
Oh yeah, you're a paladin.
Yup. Alright, the names of these things. I have my Aura of Alacrity. Any ally that starts their turn within 5 feet of me gains 10 feet of movement. And you get to add my Charisma bonus to all of your saves if you're within 10 feet.
What's your charisma bonus?
4.
Nice.
All saves?
All saves. Yeah, you and allies within 10 feet gain your Charisma has bonus on saves. And that's just a paladin aura.
And Ronaldo literally does the work of 2. He makes an echo that just works alongside him.
I have one question. Does from when you use earthquake, are the fissures that open from earthquake permanent?
It depends on the DM's ruling.
I see. Okay.
Not anymore. They used to be, but now when you do it deep enough, weird things like tentacles seem to bridge it closed.
Creature that fissure that opens beneath the structure automatically collapses. The structure goes down.
So I tried to do a more. Let's see. So that's the ritual site in the middle. So whereabouts are your wards?
All over.
Just all
try to
over?
We'll put a couple
Yeah.
like in like by the.
No,
God damn it, okay, never mind. Fine.
no. These
No.
these are the explosive ones
I know.
that do
Set
damage
them-
to
set them all-
structures.
Okay.
Set
I
them
know,
all
I
around the
was-
outside of the door. Maybe we'll blow it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, just let me know when you guys are ready.
The trigger for these lifts are someone other than the party touching them or coming within 5 feet of them.
Dude,
Seems like a good trigger.
you're gonna I don't know how many, but you're gonna kill lots. So
Oh yeah.
they won't last long, but they're gonna. I have some pretty nice dialogue for what's gonna happen to a bunch of things. We'll see how well the dice roll. I have my auto rollers open.
I'll take the. I think I'll take a wild chicken tune herself.
You guys
In
feel
total,
that?
there are 19 different 19 wards.
Nice. You guys feel that? It's the calm
Do we
before the
feel that?
storm.
Oh, I thought it was the cheese.
The cheese. All right.
That would be if you smelled that.
Are we ready?
Well, unless you're lactose intolerant, then you feel it.
Only if you ate
And
it.
then you smell it.
Actually, I think I'll be an herb.
That really depends on
And
the cheese. Most
everyone
cheese you
smells
smell before you.
All right, everybody's not talking about D&D. That means we are ready. And all right. The ritual begins. It's weird. They didn't chant or even start singing. But as soon as they entered in a circle formation, did you all almost look at each other just as the druids do? Was that an earthquake? A tremor? Did you feel it? The druids then begin the ritual. Each minute ticks by slowly. And every so often, you feel it again. If it wasn't for your connection to the very land, or your ability, or you being heroes of such renown, you wouldn't have noticed it as a regular civilian. But it is. It's like small tremors.
I also would have. I'm gonna cast. Just before into it, I would have tried to cast Mirage Arcane.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of set it up for late. Apologize. To make it so the land looks exactly what it looks like. Because later I'm gonna cast Earthquake, and when I do, I want to make it so that way the fissures don't look like they appear, to hopefully cause like disadvantage on some of the saves or something.
Okay.
Like that.
I see what you're trying to
And I'm using Divine Sense. I'm just kind of
do.
hand on my sword, eyes closed, just kind of feeling out. So if
After-
anything, it's
Standing
only
going
60.
like this, getting ready to punch the first thing I see.
After about 10 minutes, the weirdest thing would happen. Who has the highest perception? Just passive.
15.
Damn.
14.
Yeah, you guys crushed me.
13.
So the monk
What is the passive? I think I have pretty good.
It's
passive.
10 plus your perception score.
21.
Oh,
There we go.
the Dragonborn would hear it. Do you speak Goblin?
No, I don't.
I do.
You would hear it first. Like, almost like muttering. Like the whispers you've heard about when madmen rave about the things in their ears.
I would probably just call
But
it
then-
on the horizon. Companies of wood.
As soon as I hear it, I understand it.
I would change to. I would wild shape into an.
And then you'd hear it again. It's very faint. It's very faint. Eventually, the other party would hear it. And those who speak Goblin would hear it to be fire. Holy shit. Fire. And all of a sudden, as the words start to make sense and start to truly form in your ears, you then realize the rumbling.
I was gonna say, as a
The rumbling
do I
is
feel
in
the
rhythm.
tremor sense?
The rumbling is when we're in rhythm with the words. Rumble, fire. Holy shit. Rumble, fire.
That seems less than
my charmer
3.
sense goes out to 60 feet.
Oh god, they're not even close to you guys.
I figured, but
I'm going to send,
I would imagine I would still be. It would be sensitive enough to pick it
I don't
up.
know.
I'm going to sit down and send my an echo out to 1,000 feet away. I'm blind and deaf while the echo's out there.
Your echo. First, it's broad daylight, but the first thing it sees is just black. Black and... No, that's fire. And then
Holy shit, fire.
his vision focuses and realizes there's still miles between them. Maybe a 1 or 2. But then just bodies. And then hovering above, a giant floating black disc with 8 massive flying dragons circling around it. And below it, in its shadow, massive, huge, colossal machines and beasts that some you can recognize and some not even your wildest horrors have thought of. And you realize that the voice is the entire host in unison. Why was that so hard for me to say? In unison, moving forward.
Okay. Once I see that, I'm going to come back to everyone and tell them about how far off everything is and say, small number of people, we can take them.
They'll be there in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would-
Everyone
Cast Arcane
roll
Flash.
the initiatives. Because I might as well get that out of the way now.
Actually,
I'll actually, into my earth elemental shape.
26.
I'll cast summon elemental. Have
24.
it beside me. This one is
26, 24.
Right, I got no dex, so mine's 18.
18.
I actually had to roll an 18.
I have plus 10, so.
I got nothing. That's the plates for.
26.
What'd you get?
26.
Okay, what's your dex?
Jesus.
My dex?
Yeah, 'cause you tied with Sarah.
My dex is 2. For most.
-5.
So Sarah, Andrew, Caden, Jeremy.
You
You know, I kind of like that though. I'm in the back.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm a healer tank. That's perfect.
So order is... You said 8, right?
Yep. Starting when they're about 1,000 feet away, I'm just going to start attacking them with my echo.
Hold on.
I'm gonna summon an herb elemental.
If you're gonna leave your... Are you leaving your echo there?
Nope. Oh, yeah. It
Okay.
lasts for 15 minutes
Yeah,
away
yeah.
from me,
I just wanted to
and
know
I
if
can
you're leaving...
resummon whenever I want.
Got it. Perfect. I have the turn order.
That helps.
What are you going to turn over?
So, about
My herb
2 to
elemental
3 minutes
falls.
before the horde arrives, your shadow thing, is it magic?
Well, I'm not sure.
The glass ability,
Can it
right?
be dispelled?
Yeah.
It's not a it's
No.
not magic then. It can't be
Ooh,
dispelled.
No.
can't be dispelled. Well, you would see magic rain over it, and it wouldn't work. And then it has to make...
I say it's pretty much like if you're it's your Echo Knight, right?
Yep.
It's pretty much for all intents and purposes him. Acting in that space.
400 dex saves.
Oh dear.
Sounds like I'm burning spell slots. It's need to double check. Uses my saving throw. What's the DC?
For these ones, the DC is it's only 18.
Okay.
As you hear, in the name of the mother, burn in her holy light.
All right, I
in
failed
unison.
multiple of those. I failed multiple of those, so if it does any damage, my echo's dead.
Then it's gone.
Yeah, so I'm just going to
what you
resummon
guys-
it right back out there.
What you guys see is just a brilliant flash of light. What you could obviously take as sacred flame just being cast over and over and over in one area.
Going to recast it and right back there.
He dies instantly.
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it until I can start hitting them. Even if it's like one hit and then he dies.
So, after about 20 minutes from the start of the ritual, about 1,000 feet out, you guys can see what the Shadow Knight seed as it crossed the plains from the north. After about another couple seconds, you see a dark rim rise from on the other side of the forest, and then from the south, from the rolling hills, and then from the west, from the other plains. But only in the north do you see giant, massive beasts and a floating disc far away, probably miles away still, but massive. The only reason you can tell it's so big is because when you watch these huge dragons fly underneath it, you see the sun on their backs, and then it disappears. Not for seconds, for minutes, as they fly underneath this disc and merge in the sunlight above, still above the horde. I'm going to assume some of you have high history. The wizard does. The wizard, you would know this as the flying city of Ythrin. Probably his throne.
Say I have nature.
I was talking to the wizard.
Communicate that.
Yeah. I would think say I'd have nature in hopes that maybe I would be able to know something.
And as you're looking up, the next thing you hear is maybe the wizard thought, maybe you all look at the wizard and think he thought he cast a thunder spell, or maybe someone's using some sort of thunder magic against you. But as you look up, you realize, no, it's the footfall of 500 cultists using their action to run and then dash forward a full 60 feet. And as they do, from all around, the first thing you hear is you hear the chantings of fire, holy shit, fire. But what follows it isn't what you expected. First, it's a loud boom. And as you look off to the northeast, you see cultists fly in the air. Do you want to roll damage? They only have a health pool of 48. So, do you think you're
How much am I rolling?
You're rolling pretty much all your wards as 500 cultists move in round 1. This is turn 1.
I'm just doing damage calculation then quick.
Yep. Horde starts the turn, and then you guys all go after. And so the Horde charges in as 500 cultists move within an entire circle inside 1,000 feet of the ritual. This is how we start, guys.
Okay, so for the first one, which will be one of the six, is 25, followed by 26, followed by 31, followed by 27.
Can you roll me for each one of these? Can you roll me a percentile?
Yep. For the first one, the percentile is 25.
Perfect. Okay.
That'll be 30 for the second,
Okay.
73 for the third,
Nice.
16 for the fourth,
Nice.
79 for the whatever one I'm on,
Okay.
the fifth, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
100 for the sixth.
Stop then.
Oh.
All the cultists are dead.
All 500.
I was taking percentages and just marking percentages off of the total as you kept blowing them up. And that 100 means 100%. That last one killed the last of them.
Oh.
How many wards do you have left?
Let's see. That was only for the sixes.
Nice.
I still have 3 more sixes.
Perfect.
No, 2 more sixes. And then another 13 total after, or with those 6. Or with those 3.
Nice.
Wow.
All right.
Awesome.
Sarah, it's your turn.
There's no cultists?
No, you just watched 500 run in and die.
Well, then I guess I spend my turn being disappointed that I didn't get to hit anyone.
I get to mark that off the board. Andrew.
Me? My turn?
Yep.
Let's do-
You just watched 500 cultists die.
Good job. I would probably just be preparing in a certain sense. I would have I probably would have had elements will go out to where the shadow Echo Knight keeps fighting, and if there's an opportunity to help him, he'd probably try to jump in and help.
He's just being killed instantly by things. If you send something out there, what's its health?
HP.
It's what?
60 HP, and it's an air elemental, so it's able to move through a lot of things. But
Yeah, I'm just burning spell slots.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't make it. I mean, if you want to try though, we can do that. But we'll go that. It's up to you.
I mean, like I said, he would go and see if there was a point. Like I said, if it's an air elemental that has some awareness.
No, it would see this shadow pop in and just getting instantly crushed by not even blades at that point. It's just a tide of bodies.
Yeah, he'd probably just come back and wait.
Caden.
I would wait for and watch.
Nice. And then Jeremy.
There would be an distraction about Jeremy too, by the way. Sympathy spell that I'd have cast about.
Oh wait, I
It
don't
doesn't-
think my shadow puppet spawns in the 1,000 feet out, it like goes out there.
Yeah, you spawn it closer and then it runs out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we like watch this flash of light. All of a sudden
And then
he blinks
pops back
again,
in.
and then
And then
another
it
echo
goes
goes
back
out, and we see a flash of light. And then he blinks again, and then another echo goes out. We see another flashlight.
That makes sense.
Another one.
Jeremy, though, your turn.
I am just going to. Ready myself with my vorpal sword and shield,
Cool.
and maybe cast light on my shield to look.
Nice.
That's a good reason.
Yawn.
I send my shadow pup out to die again.
It's not even gonna make it. Okay. It goes its full movement. So,
60 feet.
yep. Horde's turn. You all hear laughing. Not in your heads, just all around you. This horribly annoying laughing. Like when you break, like when someone breaks your toy and it seems forced, but at the same time just unpleasant. And they say, well, that's interesting. Okay. So you all think you're good, are ya? Well, I got a fun thing for you. And 1,000 civilians, and I mean straight up civilians, wearing just holding gardening tools, and some of them look like they're holding makeshift weapons made out of rebar and stuff, screaming violently in Goblin. They look absolutely enraptured. All of them basically missing their hair and wearing what looks like just bowels around their necks. Literally like entrails tied or like wrapped around their necks. And they all move their full movement and dash within 1,000 feet all around you guys.
Okay.
Sarah.
Ooh, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
This would probably be useful. Where to go? How many can I fit into a 30-foot line or a 20-foot cone?
I think they're like 900 feet away.
Yep.
Oh, are they?
Yep. They're all 900 feet away.
It's so far away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I just spend my turn hitting myself. I don't know. I will prep an action to breathe on them.
Meditate.
I have a breath weapon. I'm a dragon monk.
You ever wondered if you can build
you're a
tension
dragon
in a
too?
D&D game while waiting for a massive army to hit you like a wall?
We got 3 dragons.
Here it comes. Andrew, your turn.
I guess I would spend this turn and probably spend the next turn later. Spend casting Erupting Earth at the 2 kind of like choke point-ish areas that I've made with the stone.
Mm-hmm.
So the 20-foot cube in front of those 2 like areas that have been kind of walled off. That V point that leads towards us. Not in that circle, but further back, like 100 feet, is difficult terrain. So it takes them time to move.
Okay.
It reduces their movement, but yeah, that's it otherwise. Since they're a bit of ways away, I'm not gonna see anything just yet. So
Caden.
I'm going to wait still. Watching this unfold.
Okay. Jeremy.
Nordrin probably laughs at greater numbers like this. They mean to frighten us with greater foe. It will be us that valor triumphs this day. And I just kind of brace myself and I just kind of laugh, waiting.
I forgot I had cast Druid Grove on this area before, as we had started, which is a 90-foot cubed area around this door.
Yep.
It has a solid fog, mainly a 10-foot high fog around the area for the most part that we can see through it, but nothing else can. It's a mist of green lights and floating mist. There's undergrowth, anything that's within that 5 feet of the 90-foot fog. We're also hit by grasping weeds. I think it just slows them down a little bit. And then there's grove guardians. There's no trees in the area, so that doesn't really matter. Or at least it was. Could I animate some of the trees that were there to bring up here? It says up to 4 trees.
During the 3 days beforehand, you could have.
Yeah, I know it's a bit late. I had explained that before too.
Okay.
This takes 10 minutes to cast, so I wouldn't have done this before. And I had explained that earlier. So there's 4 of those guys. They're awakened trees. They don't. My command would just be to guard the area essentially. And then I can also cast Spike Growth patient of my choice. Which would be let's see where's that?
Take your time. I'm just writing out all the numbers of all the minions.
I know. I'm trying to set up an area where, so it's 20-foot radius. So, pretty much the area coming into where we're set up would have a giant spike growth set up.
Mm-hmm.
So when they do come closer to the door, it'd be 20-foot radius of 2d4 piercing for every 5 foot that should travel through it. And it's naturally camouflaged, so other creatures can't see it unless they do a perception check. So I'll point it out to everybody else. When it had gone in, obviously the area would be foggy and misty, so it'd be a little weird.
Okay. Jan.
My shadow is going to charge another 60 feet forward, halberd held high, screaming silently. That's my turn.
Did your body scream?
Yeah, sure. My body's screaming war cry.
Yes, this guy. I'm probably chanting whatever you're chanting.
While sitting cross-legged with his eyes closed.
Like, this man has it. Just, like, take it easy.
Okay.
You succumb to the madness.
So, those 2. That means this is 3. The civilians move another 60 feet forward. And that's in a circle, so I assume some more of your wards go off.
Alright.
So I sent a picture of it of that layout that is our house. Yep, that is our house, Jeremy. It's our house in the middle of the forest.
The first damage will be 23. With the percentile being
There's a door with a
17.
2 ramp. ramps on each side for those who can't
Yep.
walk up normally.
Second would be 25, with the percentile being
I made a little makeshift Druid to grow
51.
guys.
Okay.
So when shit gets close, it gets fucked up.
Yeah.
and the last of the 6 would be 35.
Or takes longer.
Okay.
I guess, but
With that'll be a 95.
Okay.
On to the next set.
that's
32
rough, I
damage
didn't
for the
know.
next one
I don't know the feat wise. Dimensions.
at 50%.
Okay.
38 at 93%.
Okay.
And now, tell me when to stop.
Hold on.
This will be the next one with 43.
There is about. Okay.
Nice. I got 69.
Nice. There's about 12 civilians left.
So do you want me to keep rolling?
That's up to you.
There's still boards.
Yeah, they're charging forward. That's up to you.
Last one for this one will be 33 damage at 61%.
Sweet. Cool. That means it's Sarah's turn.
How far away are they now?
Oh, they're over 1,000 feet now.
There are 6 left now.
No.
His
I
words
continue to wait.
It's okay. We only have about 5-10 minutes left in this episode. And we've only started on wave 1.
We're on wave 3, I thought.
No, because remember there's 2
we're
turns
gonna-
between each wave.
We're gonna be on it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you are on wave 3. Sorry, I can't count.
I know.
That's why I'm the one who teaches math.
Right. Alright, so we go through the turn order, so it's Sarah, Andrew.
Yeah. Otherwise, just chilling. I'm just making sure that the area is properly set up, like this own little makeshift Druid grove of like stone walls and like fucked up earth and spiked growth and places to kind of set up behind. So we got our own little makeshift camp. I set a picture in the talk show chat. But...
Caden. Caden.
I will wait.
I feel like the Echo Knight could kill some of these
Jeremy?
civilians.
Trying to.
At this point, I don't really got much I can do either.
Hey man.
Maybe ask
the
if
wizard,
anybody has the. Does anybody have the ability to give us all flight?
The wizard
We just
is
go like there,
the
kill some of that
smartest.
flying shit.
Wizard
I
is so
couldn't
smart
fly
right
that
now
far.
because you're killing all the crap.
All the easy things.
Yep. And Jan.
That's what my area is.
60
Right,
feet
I'm-
forward.
I'm close and personal.
When they get closer, then I can see
Alright.
what my spells.
And then
look
at the
like.
end of your turn, top of the
60 feet is
round.
the danger zone.
Within 100 feet, they only move 30 feet in. These ones look like cultists. Probably, maybe around 500 or so of them seem to step forward. They're not rushing forward, they're just walking. And as they do, they are chanting. And in front of them, about 90 feet in front of all of them, appear spectral swords that move 30 feet closer. As 500 spectral swords move closer. Sarah.
It's me again?
Yeah.
You're topping.
Oh. Well, there's still nothing close to me, right?
Hmm.
So I keep waiting.
Andrew.
So we are
Similar.
still waiting. This will just stop hating.
I say it's all just chilling.
And then Caden.
Pass.
Wait for.
And
it's go fight by
Jeremy.
itself.
I'm readying myself, so kind of waiting. I got something for that, but
They say ready to actions across the.
I'm not close enough for that.
Neon.
How far away are the peasants?
Right
From
now,
from my echo. My echoes run forward 180 feet.
they're about just under 700 feet.
Okay, 60 feet forward.
As the cultists move forward, they're 30 feet, and so do the swords. You see these weird robed figures with weird faces move within 1,000 feet. And they're all chanting in a weird language. Above all of you, the clouds darken.
What are they saying?
You can't hear it from that far away.
You said they were chanting in a weird language.
I'm doing that for the audience, Sarah. It's called
Well.
ambiance. No, but seriously, you can't hear what they're saying. But what you do see is a large, massive storm cloud forms above everyone, and everyone has to make a save.
Was this a spell?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
How high above is it?
It's about 100 feet above you.
Counterspell at least one of them.
Oh yeah, okay. So you guys only have to make 199 saves.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys.
Yay!
so we're all within 10 feet of the.
Paladin?
What about my elemental? It'll take a number of those saves at least away from me.
Are we all within
The
range?
paladin.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I just
And
assumed you guys are all standing beside each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jeremy,
standing
what's
close to
your
the paladin, close enough to the
charisma?
paladin.
My charisma bonus is a +4.
Yeah.
Plus 4.
Yay!
What kind of saves are these?
Dex.
And what's the DC?
Google these for a second here.
19.
How many of them do we have to make each?
199. No, because it wouldn't be that much. So
Yeah.
it would be everyone has to make. It would be that's how the math would work because there's 5 of you. So everyone, 2 of you. Someone has to pick 2 of you.
And I have an elemental as well.
2 of you are going to have to make 42 save or 41 save. No, 2 of you are going to have to make 3 of you. No. My math is
Are
Are you
bad.
trying to divide it evenly
math
I
between
am.
5
is a tough
people?
one.
4
Plus,
of
how
So
you.
many of them are
200
going to
people
target
divided by
my
5
echo?
would make 40.
I know. I don't know why this was
So
so
one
hard in my
person
head.
only has to make 39.
So one person.
However,
has
are
to
we
make-
including Andrew's elemental in this?
And my echo.
And Jan's echo. So
No,
are we
these
dividing
are-
it by 5 or by
These
7?
are on top of you.
Okay.
My elemental is here with me.
It can target anything within sight range of the cloud.
They are being told to target you.
So whose dex is the worst?
Probably mine.
What is it?
Or
Mine's
mine.
plus 2.
15, so +2.
So
Mine's
if
plus
it's a
1.
unless it's a negative, mine's the worst.
Ah, okay.
What is Jeremy's?
This is a 0.
Yes,
Minus
you're
plus
the
one.
worst.
Oh,
You make
actually-
39. The rest of us will make 40. And your charisma mod is +4, right, Jeremy?
Yes, it is.
Beautiful.
Wait a sec.
Seven fails and 33 passes.
Eight fails for me.
Do you
No. Never mind.
I'll do this.
2, 3, 4.
I'll do it this way to make it more a
Six.
bit more streamlined, so it doesn't take
Five.
forever. Kaden,
6.
did you fail more or did you
Seven.
pass more?
Seeing as I failed 7 and passed 33, I think I passed more.
Sarah,
I failed 6, so I passed 34.
perfect.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
What was the DC you said?
19.
19.
Oh.
If you passed more, you take half of
Okay.
223 lightning damage. If you did it, you take all of it.
6, 7,
293.
223.
13.
I take no damage for that. If I pass dex saves, I take no damage instead of taking half. Unless you rule otherwise.
Oh, so what we'll do is you failed how many times?
6.
So yours I'll actually roll because you're a monk. Because you'll just take
Okay.
less. Because you'll end up taking less damage than doing it the way I just did it. So we'll just roll yours.
Yes, but theoretically I shouldn't be taking any.
Well, no, you failed 6,
think-
so you'll take
yeah, I
6. You'll take 6 worth of damage. So you'll
I
take that.
still only take half of that, but yes.
That's the point. You'll still take that damage. So
Yeah.
I'll roll those separately right now for you, and keep the same number for everyone else.
10, 11, 12,
How much damage did you say it was?
14,
On a pass or a fail?
17, 18,
On a
19.
fail.
223.
223.
But that's only if you failed more than 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Oh no.
Halved would be 111.
Sarah, you're taking. No, because the total for you would be 86, so half that.
Okay, so 43.
Yeah, so you still take less damage, but you still take damage because you did fail.
So I lose my elemental form and I take 97 points of damage.
And Jeremy.
Sorry, that was 211 if we failed more than half?
223.
223, yeah.
223, okay. Well. That takes me down to 116 health points.
Oof.
You know that you're going to kill us before, if you do that again, you're going to kill us before they get here, right?
They only had one. They only had one level 5 spell slot.
That's
yeah,
good.
but that's a concentration spell, isn't it?
Yep. It didn't hit any of the druids. And it's only like, if you think about it, it's only this 50-foot area where you're all standing. It's almost like the master of these people wants you all to fucking scatter. Because he knows what happens when people stand together.
Yeah, everyone knows. I ain't moving fuck all.
That being said, that's Sarah's turn. Or into Sarah's turn.
Well, I think they're still too far away for me to hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're still nowhere near us.
But there's a good 50-foot circle above you of storm cloud. that seems to go.
There's not much I can do about that. So I will continue to wait.
Okay. Andrew?
I say that hurt, and I cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Are you gonna move?
I'm gonna wild shape into an air elemental,
Nice.
and I'm gonna heal myself on my regular health pool. Cast that third level.
Caden?
It's a 50-foot circle, correct?
Yep.
Okay, wall of force. 10 by 10 panels appear above the circle, below the cloud line.
Nice. See? So smart. We're gonna say it just
And that was the simulacrum spell.
nice. As a wall of force forms up above you. We'll say there's like other crackles of lightning that come down and hit the wall of force and bounce off. Jeremy. Unless do you have anything else to do?
Nope, that's everything.
Jeremy. And then we'll end with Jan and we'll take it up next time.
That attack causes my death ward to go off, so I'm at 1 HP.
And okay. So you're gonna
So I'm probably just gonna lay on hands first.
Like, oof, that hurt.
I was gonna say you're just gonna
No.
stand there like a tank and be like, what?
Yeah, touch yourself, old man.
I'm still standing.
Yeah, well, technically with Warcaster, I just kind of grip my fists, even though I'm all fucked up, and then like I suddenly heal a little bit. I stop bleeding, but I'm still covered in blood.
A little bit of lightning burns on the face.
Scorch marks. Well, now we got protection above us.
After Jeremy's turn, I am going to use my lair action. The Oracle turns away from what she's doing. And she looks at everyone, and it looks like she almost decays herself a bit. Like she's withering herself as she's casting magic.
Fiddle.
Just
And
a biddle.
she uses Mass Cure Wounds on everyone. And everyone gains 106 HP. She looks at you guys and says she only has 2 more casts of that. That's all she can do. And Jan.
Well, not nearly as helpful, but I'm going to use Mass Healing Word. Nice. Healing everyone for 8.
Nice.
All right.
No, that actually put me right to full. Thank you.
Did it actually?
No.
Oh.
Oh, that's too bad.
The first one did.
Yeah.
That second one, like, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. My highest level spell slot is 3rd.
Highest
I
is
got
only
bit.
level 9.
And with
6.
that,
I got 1/6, but I used it for Hero Feast.
with the first 4 waves having begun, and many more to come, and introductions being done, and plans being laid, and traps being set, we will all come back next time for part 2 of the 2-shot.
Next time on Dragon Ball
Ball
Z.
Z. I even drew everything out, so like I'll have some idea of where everything is. Otherwise, I'm sorry you all had nothing better to do. We're all glad you spent it with us here.
We love you all.
I'd like to thank my wonderful players for coming and starting this 2-shot with
Except
me.
for you.
Elusive Gentleman, Greasy Boy, Insaniac, Sarah Vike, and the Shield Maiden himself. And I'm C4. Catch you guys next time. Wednesdays are
Except
talk
for
shows.
you. You know what you did.
Have a good night.
No,
Beautiful people.
they can come too. They just not allowed to talk.
Sometimes.
Yeah. They know what they did.
They know what they did.
We had to have a meeting about it and everything.